She's angry. She's like, how dare you? Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome back to the noble generation of my Medieval Legacy Challenge. Apologies for the delay. You may be able to tell from my voice, or if you saw my community post, I got sick. My son tested positive for COVID. I actually never tested positive for COVID, but given I got sick right after he did, probably it was COVID. Either that or he had something else and his test was wrong. I don't know. But here we are. It's fine. Hopefully my voice isn't too squeaky. I also don't know how long this part will be. This is the first time I've tried to record since I got sick. I'm going to see what my stamina is. But I'm super excited to be in this household. The reason I'm focusing on Mira as opposed to our heir is because our heir is in bed. It is Sunday morning. I did a lot before I got sick of aging up of this save. A lot of Sims passed on. I think the Sim Mira is sad over. This was like 2 weeks ago. I think the Sim Mira is sad over is Rebecca. Rebecca obviously was quite heavily involved with Mira, raising Mira when she was very little. Thank you for the suggestion in the comments and the confirmation that princesses can go to nunneries. Princess Emily, instead of me having to murder her, she has gone to a nunnery. In fact, I've put her in a nunnery. I believe it's even in this neighborhood. So there's a church over there. Princess Emily has been sent to the country. There are rumors that it is a scandal of some kind. She's under the care of a quite strict senior nun. That is the nunnery that she is in, I believe. I don't remember adding all that stuff at the back though. Is that the right building? He's actually not been to school yet because I was aging up the save. I know it was like Thursday. No, where are you going? Oh my God, I'm going to have to lock this. Everyone but employees. So that would mean maids and that kind of thing could go in there. He's currently on the country caretaker aspiration. How far on this aspiration I'm going to go, I don't actually know. But we have our cow. Her name is Daisy. He's going to spend the day, he probably would have a horse. If we had horses, he would have a horse. So he's going to spend the day exploring the neighborhood. I want him to go and meet his cousin because he does actually have a cousin in the town. And in the next part, I want Gabriel to throw a party. It's actually Judith's idea. She wants to kind of introduce Gabriel as the current heir to the Water State. Like, it's kind of like his debut, but I don't know if they do that kind of a thing for guys. I know they do for women. When they become eligible, they get kind of taken to balls and shown around, so everyone's like, oh, that person's available. I don't know if they do that for men, but certainly they would be like introducing him to the community. Oh, Mira and Judith are in the library together. I'm surprised they're talking. Might put the garlic in as well. I did have Mira make some garlic wreaths. I thought Judith's like, oh, it's 9:30. Going to take myself off for a little nap. Oh, and I did age the butler down because I wanted Boston to be around for a while. Boston Hollingsworth. Because I think otherwise butlers just age normally. I'm not sure if, because I've got aging turned off, I don't know if he would, because he's technically not part of the household, but he lives here. So I don't know. It's a bit of a grey zone. But obviously he's gone bald early because I didn't do anything else. I just aged him down. He kept his little bald patch, poor boy. So I'm going to go out and check the garden real quick. I think Lucas has put Gabriel in charge of the garden, but in the sense that he is supervising the garden. Like, he talk about tweets. Don't go there, man. It is spring. It's, I think, is it the first day of spring? Yes, it is. Look, he's a regular Disney princess and he's thinking about nappies. All right, so that counted. That's good. So let's go, my boy. Like I said, I imagine he'd have a pony or something. Actually, he's like 14. It probably wouldn't be a pony. It would be a gelding, because ponies are for babies and small children. He'd have, like, you know, a reliable horse that it's a bit older. It's pretty sensible, not easily frightened, because he's the heir. They're not putting him on a, like, stallion or whatever, like a high-strung horse. It would be too risky, especially because having grown up in the church, he probably didn't have a lot of call to ride around. Maybe one day the Sims will give us, I bet you, a horse pack will come out. It'll be a game pack and it'll come out as I am done with this series. That'll be Murphy's Law. It's like how Cottage Living came out after I was done with the farmer generation. Okay, let's go call in on our relatives. Hello? Is anybody home? No one's actually here. Oh, they're all out the back. We've got Eleanor. Oh, she's got company. This is Lady Veronica Linton. I forgot she got married. So she was a goth stone. So she was a child of Victor's younger brother Magnus, I believe. She's part of the extended Goth clan. Oh, and that's the queen. I thought that was Eleanor. I just saw the red hair. Why is the queen here? That's awkward. Where are my family? They invited me and that means someone has to be here. Oh, they're out all the way out here. The whole family. Let's come and be respectful. Oh, by the way, it is New Skill Day. It's one of the very few events in the game that I didn't cancel because I do want him to actually work on a skill, but I figured we'd come and do this first. They both think the other is imaginative. I mean, that is true. Asher, let's see. He thinks Asher is interesting. Asher thinks he's in Dreamland. It's a little bit harsh. Oh, it's because he's a bookworm. Yeah, Asher's a very physical sim. Oh, hey, it's a fox. It's Claret! That doesn't make sense. Claret is local to the church. Do a heartfelt compliment. It's good to see you, cousin. Is there somewhere over here? Can we, like, spar together? I expect Galahad would be like, come, cousin, let me show you around my father's sparring equipment or whatever. So Galahad's like, look, just ignore the robot noises, guys. These two are both ZXTACC. All right, Gabriel, now it's your turn. Now, I don't think Gabriel has anything in the way of fitness, so... Oh, buddy. It's okay. I do want him to work on his fitness because, you know, if you're a noble and you're riding and hunting, probably, all that stuff, he would have to be fairly physically fit. At least you'd need to be familiar with how to wield a sword for, like, sparring reasons. Is that Claret? Why did Claret follow us? Oh no, that's Dalton. It's the same two foxes. Maybe the Fae are keeping an eye on him. It could be on Bartholomew's behalf, or it could be for their own reasons. I don't know why. I feel like it's probably because Bartholomew misses Gabriel. It's kind of cute. Bit sad. Kind of cute. Apparently we like to hang out near these trees. That is so strange. Is this the, like, tree of talking? Is it like the talking stick? I might, since they have to go visit another neighborhood, maybe I'll have them go out together for a bit. Actually, this is the church. It's in a different neighborhood. This is the church the princess is in. We might load the monastery, actually. I do think, given he knows the princess, I think he would attempt to call on her. There we go. That's more like it. That's the place I was expecting. Is that not the front door? Well, that's weird. Is nobody home? Maybe they're all off. Oh, it is Sunday. Maybe they're off doing services or something. We could have them go swimming. Oh, I forgot. He's getting hungry. I will have to take him home soon, but I forgot you could swim here. My Sims never go swimming in this save. I don't even know if Galahad has swimmers. This is probably a dare. Galahad's like, I bet you can't. And swim to the waterfall and back. Gabriel's like, yes, I can. There we go. That's one way to get your fitness up. Yes! Swim to the waterfall. How close can you get? Looks like they're in almost the same swimwear. Oh no, he's in the, like, nightshirt one. The ones who I have given swimwear, it tends to be this one for the adults, or for the adult frames, or the nightshirt one. I saw they had hug out the cold as an interaction. I was like, that's not cool. Yeah, put some warm clothes on, boys. And then I'm going to have them show off their muscles because they're, like, bragging to one another about how tough they are. It's like, yes, we did the cold swim. Let's go here. We'll search the snail. Oh, he's getting hungry. It's almost time to go home. Well, he's done New Skill Day. I do have to get the others to do New Skill Day. We could probably hide something here, I guess. I'm hiding the emotion potions. I only ever make them for the aspiration and never use them. So he's going to do that, and he's going to jump on his horse and head back to the estate. Probably get in trouble because it's quite late. So I might actually have Judith talk to him about house rules, I think. You know, it may have been different where you grew up, but we don't stay out late. That is not a thing one does when one is a future lord. She's getting stuck into him. It's probably very awkward for Mira because Mira would be like quietly on his side, but she's conscious that she's a guest in this house. Lucas invited her and Judith can't turf her out without Lucas's permission, but at the same time, Judith can make everybody's life, including Lucas's, very hard. And because Mira is grateful to Lucas, she doesn't want to create that conflict. So she's just like, probably gave his hand like a quiet squeeze under the table and then she's walked out. Wait, what was that? Your weekly bill amount. Oh, that's right. I set up, thank you for the tip, Lady Sweetheart. I've set up automatic bill payment, but that means that we can't afford the bills next week. I actually have no clue how much Lucas is going to earn. So it might be fine. Hopefully it's fine. So it's a bit later in the evening. Everyone else has gone to bed and Mira's actually out using the telescope that that Lucas, her patron, has bought for her to study the stars. She's out in the evening air, and that is when this one turns up. This is obviously Penelope, Mira's younger sister or half-sister. Mira obviously up and moved while Penelope was away. So she's like, oh my God, Penelope, you're alive. And then when she gives her a hug, she realizes her sister's skin is cold. Her first thought is, it's a cold evening. And she's like, you know, you should put on some warm clothes. What happened to you? And like, she's throwing questions at her. And Penelope's just kind of smiling. And she's like, oh, it's fine. The cold doesn't particularly bother me. We'll talk about the cool temperature with Penelope. And that's when Mira suddenly feels sad. And she's like, oh, you've become one of them. How could you let that happen to yourself? You know, that was very foolish. Now, Mira doesn't necessarily believe vampires are inherently evil. She obviously isn't familiar with our family history of vampirism and cures for vampirism. And she doesn't know Caleb or Lilith or any of that. She wants to go cry. What she knows is that it makes them inhuman in the sense that they regard humans as predators. I'm saying ask if single because she's like, you know, did you find your vampire love? And Penelope smiles, but says she won't let anyone tie her down. I keep getting asked to turn. I'm like, no, that would be horrifying. She wants to clean the cow. Come back here. So I'm going to have her discuss her free spirit lifestyle. She's going to have a deep conversation, console about the death, but it's consoling Mira about her own imminent death. Look, I'm really sorry. Mira's like, wait, for what? And she's like, you're gonna die. Pretend to bite. Now, Penelope has genuinely turned up thinking, I'm gonna go find my sister and, you know, I'm going to, you know, maybe I'll like offer to turn her myself. But she lunges at her and then I'm gonna have her yell at her because she's like, that is not okay. She's angry. She's like, how dare you judge me? I have wanted this since I first discovered it was possible. You know, you don't get to judge me. Your opinion is completely invalid. You're a very boring person. Since Penelope first dreamed that vampires were real, which I'm saying was a dream that she got from Vlad. So Vlad was basically, had identified her as a like future potential bride of Dracula effectively. Because she's got the erratic trait, I'm saying that means her mind is open. Not doesn't just mean to vampires, it means it's open to potentially magic and all that kind of thing. Because she's potentially a very powerful occult creature in her own right. The quote unquote fey touched. So it's more like occult susceptibility almost. Now I'm going to have her attempt to bite her. I don't know if it will work. We do have garlic grease in the house. So I'm going to have her compel her for a deep drink because she's angry. She doesn't need to feed, but she's angry. Oh, hey, we've got power points to spend. Regardless of whether it works or not. I think it probably will because she doesn't have that uncomfortable garlic moodlet. There is garlic in the house, but it's too far away. So she's like turned on Mira, bitten her. I'm actually going to cheat this down because it should be much lower. I mean, she's assaulting her, should be a lot lower. I know that the whole point of the like the woogity boogity thing they do with the green lines is meant to be the sim who's being bitten doesn't actually remember it, but I think Mira would put two and two together. I mean, she was fighting with her newly turned vampire sibling and then she's going to wake up on the ground with a sore neck. Penelope is going to leave. She's basically like, screw you, Mira, and feeling super offended that Mira dared to judge her and her lifestyle choices. You know, this was destiny from Penelope's point of view. She's achieved her destiny and she thought, she's now talking to her friends, she thought that Mira would be happy for her. Kick that bin. Yeah, you kick that bin, girly. All right, I'm actually going to leave this part here with poor Mira unconscious on the ground. Also, the sun's about to come up and she's not protected from the sun. So now is definitely the time. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will do the ball in the next part. Mira's obviously got some thinking to do now. She has a vengeful vampire that she's offended. So, yay! I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. Just be kind. I'm sick. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.